Honestly, bro, I want to talk to you about this Abdul Carter thing, bro. What you think about the first off,
I just seen him.
let me start it off with this. Jaxson Dart, he introduced Donald Trump, and I know you're a Giants fan, so I want to really get your insight. This just in case y'all don't know, this is Black and Valley. He upcoming artist in Fort Worth. He coming very soon, but honestly, he's a big Giants fan, so I honestly want to know what he think about this. So, what's your thoughts on this Abdul Carter Jaxson Dart thing?
I mean, I kind of agree with what Abdul Carter said in his recent press conference when he was like, I don't want Jaxson Dart to apologize for it. I want him to stand for what he believes in. But when it's time for us to stand for what we believe in, it shouldn't be a problem.
You think so, man? See, this how I feel about this. I kind of think they both are wrong. Let me start with Jaxson.
Okay.
You a quarterback, bro. Just stay out of that. Because if any situation when it comes to this, you got to stay as neutral as possible in a locker room. You don't want to put none of your political stuff out there. You don't want to put none of your religious stuff out there. You don't put nothing out there. You want to stay as neutral as possible. Abdul, I think he should have just stayed quiet with this one, to be honest, because I don't think he got enough leverage in the game, in the NFL, to really speak on this, because you shouldn't touch on hot topics unless your performance can overcome, if you know what I'm saying. You kind of can start division in the locker room, especially, doing this to your starting quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's much of a big deal if the cornerback did this, the safety did this, the linebacker did this. I think it's a big deal when your franchise quarterback does this.
You said you think it's a big deal when the franchise quarterback does this?
Yeah, I don't think you should introduce any president. Obama, Trump, Bush, none of that. I don't think LeBron James should have introduced anybody. I think when you in that position, because you can cause friction.
It's true.
All this is called. It causes friction. It causes unnecessary distractions.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, even as a fan, I was just like, damn, I'm not really too big on the kid no more because of that.
Yeah, so I think for him, especially for this, need to be a learning, because honestly, the leadership gonna fall on Jaxson Dart. Nobody expect Carter to be no leader. You go sack the quarterback, nigga. You can be a bad.
Yeah.
You go sack the quarterback. Jaxson Dart, you gotta always make sure your leadership is always top tier when you in that position. That position is a political position.
And your position, you get protected by the lineman up front, so you can't have any friction, because like you said, Abdul Carter, he's out there to do his job.
Yeah.
And his job only. He's the DN, contain the field. That's it. Go sack the quarterback. Cool. But Jaxson Dart, like, your job, a lot of, like, the success of your job falls on the shoulders of a lot of different people that you need to perform, that, like you said, this can cause friction with. You need your left tackle to block your blind side. You need that running back to pick up that block. You need that receiver to go catch that ball. So if you are doing things that can be, like you said, looked at as a distraction, or people can look at you as someone that they're not fond of anymore, that can get in the way of a lot of prosperity that could be going on with the team. It could fuck up chemistry. So I do feel you on that. Like, as a quarterback, I probably would have shied away from that. Now, when you retire, you can do whatever you want to do.
Oh, yeah, you can, absolutely.
But as far as playing on the field, especially the NFL being 90% black,
I say that position.
Yeah, fact.
If he was a receiver, go ahead, bro. I don't care. If you're a cornerback, go ahead. I don't care. If you're a lineman, go ahead. I don't care. It's just that position. That particular position in politics, that position is a politician position, because you need all people on your team, and it's a lot of people in that locker room, to follow you. And you don't want any kind of, put on that. You want to really even engage into something that can cause, distractions. I don't have no issue with you, introducing any president. It's just be careful, because it can cause something like this. Like I said, I wish Carter didn't say nothing about it, but at the end of the day, hey man, what you expect? I mean, he's a linebacker. When defensive players are emotional, they say how they feel. They braggadocious. They talk. They gonna say how they feel. It's just the quarterback. You gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful, because at the end of the day, now you didn't cause, like you said, you're a Giants fan. Even as a fan base, that causes, it's dividing the fan base. You know what I'm saying? So how you think the locker room is feeling? A lot of people on the team got to answer for this, and they shouldn't have to answer for this. And we all know Trump is regardless who you vote for. Like I don't got no big issue with Trump, but we all know, even if you against Trump, with Trump, or whatever in the middle, he's a polarizing figure. Even the biggest MAGA supporter knows he's a polarizing figure. You're in a big denial, even if you're a big MAGA supporter, knowing he's not a polarizing figure. He is. So you got to know that when you're doing something like this. And like you said, when you retire, do whatever the hell you want. Especially, you retire and you win Super Bowls for the Giants. Nobody gonna give a damn you support Trump. They gonna love you for the rest of your life. But you got to produce on the field first before you take these kind of journeys.